Happy Yom Torah family. Today is the Feast of Trumpets. We are celebrating it powerfully to the glory of Abba Yehovah. In the holy language, simply called Yom Torah. So that's what we are doing today. Today is the first day of the biblical 7th month. We are going to look into it first of all. What is number 7? Simply means completeness, Shabbat, rest, and the number of Abba Yehovah himself. So, according to the biblical statutes and law, commandments, Abba Yehovah gave us his own calendar and we go by that. Exactly what he said, that is what we follow. We all know Passover set the biblical new year. Exodus 12, verses 2. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. So this is all we know. If March ending, that is where the biblical new year begins. Alright. Passover set the record. So today is the first of the 7th biblical month. So what happens? Like I said already, number 7, it is Abba Yehovah itself. It simply means rest. So let's also pick that account from the royal law. Here I am, Genesis or Bereshit, chapter 8, verses 4. And the ark rested in the 7th month. On the 7th, I'm not after the date, okay? So the ark of Noah, after destruction of the whole world, when the judgment of Abba Yehovah beat against the whole world, so the ark of Noah rested on this very month, 7th biblical month. Now that we have done with that, so let's proceed to know what Abba Yehovah commanded us. Like I said already, today is Yom Torah. That is a feast of trumpet, or the blowing of the trumpet, the blowing of the shofar. So we want to look what is the trumpet actually means. So right now here we are where the commandment has been passed on to us. Leviticus 23:24 I read, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Shabbat, a memorial of blowing of the trumpets and holy convocation, and holy convocation. So that's all what we are doing right now. I'll be blowing and I'll be standing it. I'll be blowing my trumpets. And again, we want to see what is actually the trumpets. What does it mean? Over almost 3 billion, billion souls, so-called this group, Christianity, that said they want to rapture. And yet they knew not when it's going to occur. We have it already at the feast. We know the biblical Messiah, Yehoshua HaMashiach, he is fulfilling the biblical feast, like we know already fulfilled Passover, unleavened bread, Bekuri. He has already done. So the next feast at hand, now for him to fulfill, it is this very one we are celebrating today. The Feast of Trumpet. It simply symbolize or signify rapture, caught up with him. So I want to look into that first. That is what the trumpet is. Abba Yehovah said before it, he said he declares the end right from the beginning. That's it. So the end is the rapture of the said, but it has been declared right from the beginning. How is it going to happen? So let's first of all take that account from the royal law, and again we'll also look into what is trumpet. It has a lot. But not just that, a lot. I think here 2 dimension. Yeah, one goes for rapture. So we'll also see what the other side go for. Okay, I'm sorry, not a lot. I can say 2 dimension of the trumpet, or of the use of the trumpet. So let's look into that. First of all, we are going to look into rapture. Okay, then we will look into again, in another hand, what is sounding of shofar actually again is. Yes, I knew what I was saying. It has a lot of, ways of this very trumpet we are talking about. It have different dimension of it because I jotted it down. I was trying to say it without my, write it down. So it has a different meaning over what is the use of trumpets. So first of all, let's see. Also in Leviticus 25, verses 9, another use of trumpets. So before we not proceed into the rapture side, this is where I should have first of all read. It's like I was making a mistake. I'm sorry. My apology for that. Now Leviticus 25 verses 9, another use of trumpet. Listen, and then shalt thou cause the trumpet of the Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month, in the day of atonement, that is 9 days from today, shall ye make the trumpet sound throughout all your land. Okay, so first of all, we see what is the trumpet. Okay, it is freedom. That can also go with rapture. It is freedom. So when you read that Leviticus 25, you're gonna find it out. Whatever you have lost, this is the feast of retrieving it all back. It is a feast of freedom. It is a sounding of the shofar. Then the yoke will be broken. You see, it said in the year of Jubilee, Yovel, trumpet needs to be sounded. When? In this 7th month. Okay, so that is the number one use of trumpets. Even when you sold yourself as a slave, as this trumpet is sound in the 7th month, you will be free. And so I say, every one of the people of the book that sold themselves to the devil and to the lies of the devil, it's going to be freedom. That is my prayer on your behalf. Because many did not know what it is. And many of my brothers and sisters, they are just inside this coven called Christianity. And they said they want to rapture. But this is the day. So assuming rapture occurred today, it's going to be a surprise to almost 3 billion souls. So I pray to my brothers and sisters that is still over in that graveyard, that this sounding of the shofar will resound in your soul and return back to your heritage, which is the royal law, which is the Shabbat, the very rest eternal. Yehoshua said, time will come, and this is the moment, when the dead are going to hear my voice, the dead, they will hear my voice right in the grave, and they will rise back to life. That is the sounding of the shofar. So right now we proceed now into the rapturing side, to be raptured. It is freedom. I can also group the both together as one. It is to rapture. Rapture also means freedom. Of course, you break loose from the body of corruption. You break loose from the power of hell, of darkness, of sin. Now you are just like an angel. I can also call it so. Yeah. So we put some more in the part of the rapture. Let's look into that briefly. So here I am in the new covenant. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, 15 to 17. For this we say unto you by the word of Yahuwah, that we which are alive and remain until the coming of the Adonai shall not prevent them which are asleep. That is the dead one, okay? 16. For the Adonai himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel. Notice I'm coming right back. And with the trump of Yahuwah, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. That is resurrection, okay? Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. Did you get that? To meet the Adonai in the air. And so we ever be with Yahushua HaMashiach. So this is the use of trumpet. Actually, the trumpet simply means the voice of Abba Yahuwah. The voice of Abba Yahuwah is in the feast. This is the feast we are celebrating, the voice of Abba Yahuwah that is about to be resound now. And when it does, every band will be broken. He said the grave is going to be opened. You see, the one that is in the grave, they are coming right back. And we that is alive, a glorified body will be given unto us. Let's put some more. This feast is a danger to serpents. He feels this. He really feels this feast so much. All right now. So here I am again, Revelation 4:1. After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was as it were of a trumpet. This is the trumpet we are talking about. Talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter. So immediately he ascended to heaven. This is the voice. It is the voice of Abiyawa that is going to call the prepared one, the wise virgin, to the cloud. Come hither. Right there we will disappear. Yes, today is the feast. Today is the feast. Uh-huh. Let us get some more. 1 Corinthians 15. I take from 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. Are you ready for this mystery? How a glorified body is going to be given unto you? It is today. You know, Shabbat simply means the last day. I'm going to raise it up the last day. The last day, John 6. Keep repeating it, the last day. And the day of rapture, it is in the 7th month, first day of it. This is only the feast that begins on the first. Every other feast begins 14. Passover is 14 and every other one. Tabernacle 15. Okay. But this is the only feast that begins first day of the very month. Feast of rapture. No delay. I'm going. Oh, Robo Shantaya Baba. Should I take it again? Behold, I show you a mystery. It's a mystery, eh? How we are going to be given a glorified body. A mystery. We shall not all sleep, not at all, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last word, trump. In the last days. Go and read John chapter 6. He said, I'm going to raise you up. I'm going to raise you up. I'm going to, on the last day, on the last day, on the last day. On the last day. This is the resurrection of the last day. On the last trump. That is the voice of Abayua. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must be on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruptible, and this incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on mortality, then shall we be there shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. You can keep ready to 58. Who is death? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So the wise virgin that is being cut up, rapture. So this is gonna be our son because we prevail eternally. It can never touch us no more. Today is the feast. Where are you? Where are you? What month are you? Calendar. Paganism calendar. You are gonna mix it. You will definitely miss it. That is the nature of this segment, for you to come back to the royal law and follow the rules and the regulation in order for you to be in tune. There's never no way two can work together without an agreement. You using paganism calendar, that simply means you disagree. Calendar simply means appointment to meet with whosoever that give it unto you. Let's put some more. Exodus 19:18 to 20. I read. It's about again rapture. Cut up. Thou shalt not. Okay. Or should I go straight to 19? Yes, where am I? Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading Leviticus. Okay, now Exodus 19:18 to 20. At Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because Yahweh descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked greatly. And when the voice of trumpet, should I say it, read it again? And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and was louder and louder, Moshe spake, and Yahweh answered him by a voice. That is the trumpet, okay? And Yahweh came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount, And Yehovah called Moshe up to the top of the mount. And Moshe went up. That is the rapture. This is with a voice of trumpet. Let's put some more. Here we are, Matthew 24, I take 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And there shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and there shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of what? Trumpet. With great sound of what? A trumpet. And shall gather together his elect from the four winds of one end of heaven to the other. The gathering is going to begin right in heaven. Right in heaven. That is the dead, those that were dead, as Thessalonians said, as 1 Corinthians 15 also said. Those that died now in the heaven, when it's coming, the gathering begins right in heaven. Let's put some more. It's going to be done by the voice of trumpet, and this is the feast we are celebrating today. All right, now, here I am, Deborah, or Deuteronomy 30, verses 4, I read. If any of them shall be driven out unto the uttermost parts of heaven, from thence will the Yehovah, the Elohim, gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. He said, wherever. Abba Yehovah is still speaking of those that died, okay? The gathering is going to begin from heaven. He said, from that heaven. From heaven, he will do the gathering. If any of them be driven out unto the uttermost parts of heaven, you were once be driven out of this earth into heaven. From thence will Yehovah, the Elohim, gather thee. From thence will he fetch thee. So those are the dead that will be raised here today. Immediately they are being raised, and we that is alive, we all meet each other right on the clouds. Yahushua is coming with great glory, right on the clouds. Powerful. We put some more. Revelation 12:7. Listen now. And there was war in heaven. Michael, the one you call Michael, and his angels fought against the dragon, is the same which is the Allah today. And the dragon fought and his angels, which is Jesus and all these wicked demons today that is leading astray the people of Yehovah not to believe the royal law. Like the Christian, he taught those one already never to celebrate today, but rather to be celebrating Christmas garbage. So right now, you'll see Michael is the leader of this war. Okay? Michael is the leader of this war. Where did the battle take place? In heaven. So right now, could you believe heaven is a war zone? No, you thought it was just a worship place. How was war in heaven? All right now. Serpent, Allah, Jesus, they still have access to heaven. To do what? To accuse you night and day before Yehovah. He said, who accuses the night? Where did they see Abba Yehovah to do his accusation? He has sent straight to heaven. And now, all these demons, Allah, Jesus, all these principalities, they are all in hell. They are in the clouds. So this war is taking place right in the clouds. Why? Because we that is alive, we are going to meet Yahushua in the clouds. And this principalities and power, this power of darkness, they are also in the clouds. And throw arrow for you never ever to ascend to the clouds and mix your Messiah. And what arrow are they throwing on you now? Yes, don't keep the Shabbat. Don't celebrate any of these feasts. They're not giving Babylon and garbage to be watched for. Meanwhile, the very one you're supposed to be watching for, that is going to cut you up to the heaven. Now, Revelation 4 makes it so clear. Who can I say? Immediately, I went into the spirit. I was in the spirit. Flesh cannot cut up. Only those who are in the spirit cut up. And how are you going to be in the spirit? You be in tune with the royal law. You do what the royal law said. You agree with Abayu. Okay, Baba, you said today is the first day of your seventh month, I believe. This is how you agree and you cut up. But those demons in the cloud, Jesus, Allah, and all these devil, they are misleading you for you never to be cut up. There is one in the clouds. That is the heaven. Let's put someone. We see now Michael is the leader of this angel. So let's go back to Thessalonians. Like I said, we are coming right back over there. Here I am, First Thessalonians 4. I take 17 or so, no, 15, 16. For the Adonai himself shall descend from heaven with the voice of the archangel, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpets of Jehovah. He said, okay, I take, for the Adonai himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel. The archangel over is Michael. So Michael is the one to get this serpent out of the clouds in order for the believer to ascend over there. Just like as he drove almost 3 billion out of Shabbat. He drove you away, not gave you Sunday. He gave the Islam Friday. He sat on the gate of Shabbat and said you will never come into rest. The same he did right now in the clouds. He chased you away and said, go and be suffering over there. You can never come to the knowledge of rapture. He sat over there. But Michael, that is the voice of the archangel Yehoshua, is going to descend with and get this serpent and get this Jesus and get this Allah out of the clouds in order for the elect to ascend up there. And this is the nature of this segment. Now, Ephesians chapter 2 verses 2 said, devil is the prince of hell. He is the prince of what? Hell. He is the prince of the clouds. As we are talking, it's over that cloud. Say you are not coming in. You will never be cut up. How did he do it? He chased you out of this day, out of the knowledge of this day. That is how he chased you out. He is the prince of the cloud. It's over there. And Messiah is going to, we are going to meet up. We are going to be cut up to meet Yahushua right where in the clouds. As devil is being called the prince of the cloud. It's over there. Ephesians 2:2. These are the principalities and powers, spiritual wickedness in the what? High places. In the cloud is the high places, secret places, the high place is the cloud. It's over there, as just as he occupied the Shabbat for you never to come to the knowledge of the Shabbat. The same he did on this day, the Feast of Trumpet. Chase you away now to go and be keeping all this nonsense. January 1st, Christmas, Easter, all this rubbish, your father, your mother, your lover, your rubbish day. So he just gave you garbage for you not to come to the knowledge. This is the next fit Adam. He never want you to come to the knowledge of it. This is the mystery. Apostle Shaul said, 1 Corinthians 15, he said, it is mystery that I shown unto you. Mystery. As we are just talking about Jesus is on the cloud there. You say you are not coming there. Go and be keeping Christmas. Babylonia. Go and be keeping January 1st. Babylonia. Go and be keeping Easter. Babylon. Be keeping Sunday. Babylonia. Yes. This is how he occupied. He said he's the devil. Ephesians 2:2. He is the prince of hell. He is the prince of what? Hell. It's right in the cloud. He chased away almost 3 billion from this knowledge. And yet they said they want to rapture. Alright, now let's also see another dimension of the use of trumpet. By now you know trumpet, it is the very voice of Abba Yehovah. I mean, the very voice of Abba Yehovah is in the feast. It's in the celebration. You know already by now? So let's look into another dimension of the use of trumpet. We see what trumpet is. Trumpet is. We see what first day of this. What the 7th month is. The ark of Noah rested on this very month, but on the 17th of it. But we are into the first day and the 7th month, and we also see that in Leviticus 25, verses 9, the use of trumpet as well means freedom. When you sound the trumpet, the yoke of bondage is broken. Whatever you lost, whatever you lose, it returns back unto you in this feast. That's what we are talking about. Now, we also see what the use of trumpet is. It is rapture. Okay, so another way of the use of trumpet, let us look into it as well. Amos 3 verses 6, another use of trumpets. I read, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and Yahuwah hath not done it? Evil is coming right now to the city. And when this evil is going to be released, the trumpet will be sound. What trumpet that is going to be released and sound? Let's put some more. This is another use of trumpet. When going into war, when Abba Yahuwah is going to cause a great destruction, he sound the trumpet. Are you in the grave? This should have, caused awakening in your soul. Except you want to face the disaster. Evil is coming on the street, and the trumpet is being sounded. Like what I'm doing now, it is sounding of the shofar on this day, Yom Teruah. If only you will come back to what the royal law said and escape this evil that is on its way to the city now. All right, now, Joshua chapter 6, I take 2. And Yahweh said unto Joshua, see, I have given unto thy hand Jericho, and the king thereof, and the mighty men of value. And ye shall compass the city, all ye men of war, and go around about the city once. Thus shalt thou do 6 days. And 7 princes shall bow before the ark of shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets of ram's horns. And the 7th day ye shall compass the city 7 times. You see that 7 months, 7 days, 7 times, 7 trumpets is all over here. And the prince shall blow the trumpet 7 times. The 7th prince needs to sound the trumpet, 7 of them. Then the walls of Jericho go downward flat. And it was so. You can read it all through. It was so as they sounded the 7 princes are the 7 angels in Revelation chapter 8. You can go and read these 7 princes over here, they died already. They are right in the heaven now, and they are not angel. These 7 princes that takes down Jericho through the sounding of the trumpet, they are the 7 angels right in Revelation chapter 8. Now, what is Jericho? Jericho is a barrier to glory. Jericho is a blockage to rest. Jericho is a bad luck to your own property. We were going home, to have a rest, in our own land. Jericho said, no way. It was a blockage. Abba Yawana said, no problem. This one, you don't even need to fight, to pray, to cast a bat. Sound the trumpet. Just do it. 7 princes before the ark. What is the ark? That is the ark of the covenant, the very royal law. Exodus 19 again, 18 to 20. We see when this royal law was given, he came by the sounding of the shofar. So that is why these princes also present or have their trumpets standing before the ark of Yehovah. And as they did sound the shofar, okay, Jericho was being removed out of the way. You know the story, but now you can read it all. So what is Jericho today? It is the devil. It is the Jesus. It is the Allah. That's still right now the prince of air. Ephesians 2:2. That is the war going on right now. Okay? Ephesians 2:2 said this very devil is the prince of what? The clouds, air. So that is why he said there was war in heaven. Michael and his angel fought against this dragon, which is Allah, and this angel, which is Jesus, and all these devils. Okay? So in order for the believers to cut up and meet Yahushua right in the clouds, Michael needs to play a powerful role in this last day. Now, Daniel chapter 12, verses 1 make it so clear that Daniel is going to stand in this day. It is prophecy of these days. It said Daniel the great prince. Did you get that? There is a prince of hell, which is the devil, Allah, Jesus. And Michael is the great prince. He is the one to do the gathering. His voice is what Yahushua is going to use to descend with the shout and with the voice of the archangel. It is Michael. So that is why he is the leader of this war right in the clouds, because it is the last battle. It is the final battle. This is why he said you should keep it. And be keeping paganism, Kelena. Be keeping paganism. That is the war. They get me out already. Yahushua, get me out of that garbage already. So that's why I'm able, to speak out for my brother and sister in that graveyard called the Christendom, to also come out to the knowledge of the royal law. It is a powerful feast, okay? All right, now, Numbers chapter 10, verses 9. Let's see what that is also. And if ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppress you, then ye shall blow alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before Yahuwah your Elohim, and ye shall be saved from your enemies. So what it is, when you are going into battle against any weapons of darkness that is what you want against you, what to do? Sound the shofar. And as soon as you do that, I bet you want to say you will be remembered. Why? Because you are in line and in tune with the voice of Abba Yahuwah. Trumpet is just the voice of Abba Yahuwah. And that was why he now gave us only one. So loud as it is, so loud as it is, that is the voice of Abba Yahuwah. When you sounded that trumpet, enemy is a tremble, because destruction is coming. This is another wonderful use of trumpets. Like what I'm doing now, I'm sounding the shofar. And again, 1 Corinthians 14:8 also make use of this very trumpet we are dealing with over here. So family, I just want to brief it, okay? Not too much talking. Revelation 8, it goes along. The 7 angels over there. Should I read it? The 7 angels with their 7 trumpets over there are the 7 priests, right in Joshua chapter 6. That stood before the Ark of Yahuwah, which is the royal law. The Ark of the Covenant contains the royal law and the princely staff and the pots of manna. Okay, so which represent Yahushua HaMashiach all through. Okay, now here I am, Revelation 8. You can read it all. And the 7 angels, which had the 7 trumpets, prepared themselves to sound. And the first angel sounded, and there followed her, and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth, and the third part of trees were burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. And the second angel sounded, and as it were, a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea. It is a great destruction. I think I'm going to hang it over here. You can keep reading. The destruction of this 7. Just what took place in Joshua 6. It is bringing down Jericho. It is destroying the works of darkness in order for the people of Yahuwah to cut up. Nothing shall be a barrier to us. That is why we are doing this very wonderful message on this day. Happy Yom Teruah. This is the Feast of Trumpet. Family, stay into powerful messages on its way on the Shabbat. I'm going to address how to get victory right in the battlefield. How do you need to do, or what part do you need to take, or how do you need to do it in the battlefield? How to get that victory, how to triumph over the enemy. That's what I want to touch on the Shabbat. Be into and happy Feast of Trumpet. Return back to the royal law in order for you to be a glorified body to be given unto you. Revelation 20 verses 4 to 6 make it so clear, the first resurrection. And the first resurrection has to do with the Feast of Trumpet. You see, Matthew 27, it said that when Yahushua gave us the Spirit, as he resurrected, the saint also resurrected. That is the saints of the Old Testament. Now, the Gospel of Nicodemus from chapter 12 way down to chapter 20 make it so clear, and that the Gospel again of Bartholomew make it so clear that when Yahushua gave up the Spirit, Therefore, Michael now sounded the trumpet. As he sounded the trumpet, he did not begin to tremble because resurrection is about to be occurred. Our forefather that was right there for a whole 4,000 years be burned with the fetters of iron. Now begin to rejoice because the promise is already being fulfilled. As soon as Micah was the one, the great prince, sounded that trumpet, the now new prophecy is about to be fulfilled. And Hades now begin to tremble. You see, so this is the trumpet has to do, it is the voice of Abba Yehovah. Not really all this parararara, it's just a symbol. What we are speaking about, it is the voice of Abba Yehovah. Shalom family, you hear from me on the Shabbat, because this again is going to come up on the Shabbat. How to give victory, how to get victory when you are being caught. Of course, every now and then, demons, principalities, power always use wicked weapons, to call us for battle. So how to get victory? That is the teaching on board now. So we do that on the Shabbat. Shalom once again. Happy Yom Teruah. Baruch Abba Yehovah.